No, chat. It's not. I haven't done my fucking tracker again. Hang on. It's not. It's not song time, chat. That's not what's happening. There we go. It's not song time, chat. We're not with. It's not 5, 6, 7, 8. Off we go. There's no dances going to happen. We've just had a bunch of Grotmas announcements. We've had a bunch of Grotmas detachments in a world where it seems actually Games Workshop have maybe taken the negativity around what's been released so far a bit personally. They have decided to release 6 detachments over Grotmas. I think Britta says in the chat it's 6. Is that have you read that somewhere? Because I've read it from you. You read that somewhere that they're only doing 6, which is apparently replacing the whole balanced data estate detachments, which isn't then. Hey, I'm not muted. I definitely am not muted. So you know, I'm a moron. Okay, it definitely wasn't. Yeah, have you read that, Predators? Right. So I'm not saying anything I shouldn't by saying there's only 6 attachments. Games Workshop. So, these are like what should be balanced data state detachments, but they've been released under Grotmas. So, I suspect that what's happened is they've seen the rhetoric on social media about Grotmas and gone, "Oh, that's a bit bad. Let's make it a bit better." And they've been releasing detachments. And actually, for the most part, I think they're quite good. I think they're a lot of fun. We're going to go through them tonight. I've got no Loose tonight. She's having a night off from streaming. I'm all on my own. So I do need you guys to pick me up and carry me here, right? But we are going to jump through. We're going to jump into the website. We're going to go through the 4 detachments we've seen so far and have a talk about them and skim through the rules and see what we think, basically, right? Red Gobbo found 6 detachments, I said, yeah. So don't get your hopes up that you're going to get a detachment every single day for the rest of Grotmas. Not going to happen unless they're panic rules writing back at Warhammer HQ to try and keep it going. My best guess is that's not the case. When is the next video update of Hobby House? Friday, probably. Maybe. We'll see. I don't know. The last one was Friday just gone. So we've had a recent one. Had a recent Hobby House update. The next one's probably Friday coming. If you want to continue to support me in my endeavor to build this gaming mecca for the rest of you so that you guys can come and visit, and if you're in the UK, visit frequently, and if you're not in the UK, visit once in a blue moon to our own version of a hobby mecca, or what I think it should be like at most hobby shops. Then what you can do is you can support us all the usual ways. You can first of all hit all those magical YouTube buttons. That's super helpful. If you smash that like button, that's free. Hit that subscribe button, also free. Hit that bell notification icon, also free. Alternatively, you can do things like super chat and gift memberships. Or if you're a grey name, you could just become a member all by yourself. If you do that, I haven't had to do this spiel for a long time, but I feel like I have to do this spiel nowadays. If you do that, you get yourself access to Discord. If you become a member of the channel, you get yourself access to Discord. Depending on the level of membership, depends on how much access you get. You also get discounts if you're a Skald tier. You get giveaways if you're a Jarl tier. You get WhatsApp chats if you're a Thane tier. There's lots of reasons to become all of these tiers. And you can super chat throughout tonight's show. Brian will read it out for me. My glamorous AI assistant, Brian. Well, it's not an AI assistant. It's just a text-to-speech. He'll read it out for me exactly as you spell it, I warn you now. So if your spelling's terrible or your grammar and punctuation's terrible, that will come across. And then I'll respond to you always. And if you spend £2, you get a little response. If you spend £50, you get a big response. Right? Thank you, Morninghammer, for kicking us off. 1 gifted. We've started. We have a show target of 100 because Hobby House is destroying my life. And that's no lie right now. That's no lie. It's a lot, right? But thankfully, Games Workshop have given me some rules to talk about today. Hexface, thank you for the 5 gifted. You're a legend. You're amazing. Thank you so much. What a hero. Mr. The Springies, thank you for 5 gifted. Go on, team. Off the bat. Look at you, legends. You're amazing humans. My voice is also fucked. I can't seem to get it right this weekend. Today I'm feeling it. I'm going to be honest. Today I'm feeling it. It's the first time I'm properly feeling it, but today I'm really feeling it. I don't know if you can tell. Anyway, we're going to continue to try and be high energy, right? But if you want to wave your dick out, Joe also said, by the way, that if on any stream we got to 500 members, he would dress up like a seal because every time he plays Warhammer, he gets clubbed like a baby seal, right? That's his words. So, you know, just to give you something to aim for if you fancied it. There's 100 of you in chat right now. If every single person just gifted 5, we'd hit that target. Joe had to dress up like a seal. And if you haven't seen the stream where he had to dress up like a fucking pickle, it was peak YouTube. All right? Peak YouTube. So, just saying. Anywho, I'm going to get the detachments up. We're going to share the screen. Who wants to pick the first attachment we look at? We have got Blood Angels, Harlequins, Guards, or a Chaos Space Marine one. Who wants to pick the first one? Anyone? I've done 34 days straight and not stopping till the 19th. Dead Man Walking. Jesus. Pick the first one. Okay.
I got into 40k for Harlequins and we finally get a good detachment. Better late than never.
I mean, when did you get into? I got into 40k for Harlequins. We finally got a good detachment. I mean, you missed the golden era potentially then. Either 8th or 9th edition when Harlequins came out. That was the golden era Hexfaced, right? Nighthawk, thank you for the 5 gifted. I say Nighthawk. That's Cornet Ed, isn't it? I fucking hate this new YouTube nonsense, by the way. Thank you for the 5 gifted. You're a hero as well. What a man. What a guy. What a dude. I'll start at the beginning, chat. We'll start off with Guard. It's easy this way, isn't it? View downloads. So we'll go Astra Militarum. Bang. So Astra Militarum. This is the new faction pack, right? So Grizzled Company is the new one. They don't launch as separate now.
Say the line, Liam.
Nope.
Smiley face emoji. Smiley face emoji.
I refuse. Thank you, Jill, for the 1 gifted. Yeah, you missed the golden era Hexface when they were absolutely busted. So they now put everything into the faction pack, right? You don't get a separate download for the rules now. It just goes into the faction pack. So we can skip Bridgehead Strike and we can go straight onto Grizzled Company for Astra Militarum, right? Which is kind of a cool name for an Astra Militarum regiment, to be fair. Add 1 to the number of orders each Astra Militarum officer model from your army can issue as stated on the data sheet. All right, that's all right, like that. While an Astra Militarum unit from your army is affected by an order, each time a model of that unit makes an attack, reroll a hit roll of 1. If the target of that attack is within range of an objective marker, reroll a wound roll of a 1 as well. Like I said, excuse my throat. I am struggling like fuck at the moment. I mean, that's solid. You want stuff under orders anyway. You just do. And with the way that most people build their guard lists, most units that are going to do anything are kind of under orders anyway. And now you just get benefits.
I successfully painted 500 models this year. 522.
Jesus Christ. I haven't successfully painted 500 models in my lifetime, I don't think. That's decent. As a detachment rule, that's cool. I like it. I'm into it. You want to give out orders anyway. You can now give out more orders. And when you give out orders, you get additional benefits on top of the order that you're giving out. I dislike that it involves rerolls, if I'm honest. But I don't think rerolls are going away. I'm just not a reroll fan. So I would have preferred something different to that. But I guess that when one of your orders is add 1 to hit already and stuff like that, it's difficult, right? You can't stack it. So I guess is the best way to do it. I kind of like the fact that it's linked to orders at least. We've then got Abhuman Detail, a Commissar model only. Add the Ogren keyword to the list of units this model can issue orders to, so you can issue Abhumans. In the declare battle formation step, if the bearer can be attached to an Ogren or Bulgren squad, that's fucking cool for a Commissar. I like that. A Quillen Eye is an AM model officer. Officer model only. Each time you select an order for the bearer to issue, you can select the order below. Target weak spot, brackets, order. Each time a model in this unit makes a range attack that targets an enemy unit within 12 inches, improve the armor penetration characteristic of that attack by 1. What's interesting is, because of the way that the Ruthless Discipline rule works, I don't actually necessarily think that you're just going to flat C take aim now, because a +1 to hit and a reroll 1s to hit, they're not too dissimilar, statistically, I think, if I remember rightly. So that means that you could see this one where you end up with +1 AP as well as reroll 1s to hit and possibly even 1s to wound on an objective marker. So I actually quite like it, right? I'm a fan. We've then got Spec Ops Veteran, an Astra Retirement Infantry Officer. Each time you select an order for the bearer to issue, you can select the order below. Move to the shadows. Each time a ranged attack targets this unit, until those units are resolved, models in the unit have the stealth ability. Big fan. I'm a fan of that. And then finally, Loud Hailer, right? Or Lord Hailer, I should say. An officer model only. Each time you select a unit for this officer model to issue an order, that unit can be within 12 inches of 6. So spread your orders out, right? I think they're solid, to be fair. I think also what's interesting is that Quill and I can be taken on tank commanders for additional AP, which is quite nice. Yeah, I'm a big fan of that, which is good. I finished my 407th model for this year. 522 is insane. It is a bit mad. It's much painting. Big wow. We then have a bank of strats. So snap to it is 1 CP in the start of any phase. Your officer can issue an additional order as if it was your command phase. So extra orders on top of extra orders. No retreat, 1 CP. Astra Retirement unit from your army in the command phase affected by the duty and honor order. If your unit is within range of an objective marker you control, that objective marker remains under your control until you have no models within range of it. So you have to be using a specific order and then you get sticky. Veteran sharpshooters, 1 Astra Retirement unit from your army that has not been selected to shoot this phase. Until the end of the phase, range weapons have ignores cover. Not terrible. It's fine. Purging, and it's 1 Astra Retirement unit from your army that's not been selected to shoot this phase, so you can get that on tanks as well. Purging fire, 1 CP, Astra Retirement unit from your army affected by an order that has not been selected to shoot this phase. If your unit is in range of an objective marker until the end of the phase, range weapons equipped by models in the unit have the lethal hits. You'll also, if you're affected by an order, get reroll 1s to hit, reroll 1s to wounds. That's decent, right? Mordian minute, 1 Astra Retirement unit from your army affected by the 1st rank, 2nd rank fire order, which is decent. Until the end of the phase, each time a model in your unit makes an attack, improve the strength characteristic attacks by 1. That's solid for guard because we're terrible attacks, right? With additional armor, 1 CP, an Astra Retirement unit from your army in the shooting phase just after you selected its targets. Until the end of the phase, you can worsen armor penetration of that attack by 1, which is super important as well. It's basically armor of contempt. So what do we think, team? The question that we all want to know is, does this make Dreer worth his points? Is he good now? No. Not at all. Tried last year, got an eye infection at 488. Could not see the... Oh, my lord. Probably not. I think it's all right. I think it's solid. Is it better than what they've got? I don't know. I don't know if it's better than what they've already got. What was the other one in their faction pack? Bridgehead Strike. Yeah, I don't know. Bridgehead Strike's probably still... I don't know. I'm not sure. I think it's cool. I think it's a cool, fun one. It's more orders for guard, which is how guard want to work, which I'm a big fan of. Right? It's solid. It's solid. Good for Krieg. Is it good for Krieg? Why is it good for Krieg? The detachment is great, Liam. Yeah, I think he's alright. Droid needs to be able to lead normal Krieg squads, then he'll be better. Yeah, well, it's kind of weird that the other guy, what's the other guy's name? He can lead infantry squads and cavalry. I like the guard one, but can see it being a pure infantry list. There's a few things in there that definitely work on tanks as well, though. So I don't know. I'm a fan. Extra orders as Krieg only had 1 order. Oh, okay. Did you see backfight comment above? Buff those Baneblades. Does it work on Baneblades? Does it work on Bane? Oh, I guess it doesn't. Interesting. Doesn't specify, does it? Right, we'll move on to faction pack Chaos Space Marines. Imagine an infantry skew list for this detachment. I mean, I'm here for an all-guard infantry list, as long as a person can play it in less than 18 hours. To be fair, I'm here for that. All above your drear comment. The power of the first one, Liam. You can use it in your opponent's command phase to flip objectives. Oh, I didn't pick up on that, actually. Start of any phase. One astronaut from the army offers a model to issue one order of your command phase. I guess you can give them the extra AC order. Yeah, that's fair. That's reasonable. I'm a fan of that. I like it. Chaos Space Marines team. Have you looked at this one yet? Don't forget as well, chat, even though we're going through detachments, you can still gift memberships and super chat and tell me I'm great and all that kind of stuff. I'm here for it, all right? Chaos Space Marines. Creations of Bio is that old one. We now have the Cabal of Chaos. Leaping Warp Flame. When this unit is within 9 inches of one or more friendly Heretic Astartes Psycho models, improve the strength characteristic of ranged weapons equipped by models in this unit by 1. Okay. Monstrous Manifestation. While this unit is wholly within 9 inches of one or more friendly Demon Princes or Demon Princes with wings, improve damage penetration characteristic of melee weapons equipped by models by 1. Okay, I like this. Something that Chaos have suffered with, I think, because of one of the being one of the early detachments is they're kind of all over the place in things like AP and strength and what have you, right? Touched by the Warp. Heretic Astartes model only, excluding core models. The bearer gains the psychic keyword. Love it. Solid. Big fan. Eye of Zdesh. Models in the bearers unit have the Scout 6 inches ability. Scout 6 inches is solid. I like it. Demagogue, thank you so much for 5 kids membership. You're a legend, right? Cabal was the previous one. What is it? Have we done this? Have we got this one already? Is this the new one? This is the new one. And I know this is the new one because it's more... Thank you for catching me up on that one. I thought they didn't have already 2. Why have they got a 3rd one? Nightmare Hunt. That makes more sense. I was pretty sure they told me it was a Night Lord's detachment. This doesn't sound very Night Lordsy. We're here. We got it, right? I was like, and I was also like, those rules seem slightly familiar. Anyway, Terra Made Manifest. In the battle shock step of your opponent's command phase, if an enemy unit is below its starting strength, is within 12 inches of one or more Heretic Astartes units from your army, that enemy unit must take a battle shock test, subtracting 1 from the result. Enemy units affected by this detachment will do not need to take any battle shock tests in the same phase. Each time an Astartes model from your army makes an attack that targets a unit that is below half strength, add 1 to the hit roll. Each time attack targets a Heretic Astartes unit from your army, if the attacking model is battle shocked, if the attacking model is battle shocked, subtract 1 from the hit roll. Okay. So if it's below starting strength and within 12 inches of a heretic unit, you do a battle shock test at -1, right? If a model from your army attacks a target unit that's below its half strength, you add 1 to the hit roll. And if the unit is battle shocked and it attacks you, it's -1 to hit. And each time a model from your army makes an attack that targets a battle shock unit, add 1 to the wound roll. Right? This is interesting. So if the opponent is battle shocked, they are -1 to hit and you're +1 to wound. If they are below half strength, you're also +1 to hit. And if they attack, and if they're within 12 inches of you, they have to take a battle shock test at -1. Trying to make battle shock work still, which is interesting. Grey Veil Hex, a Chaos Lord model only. Models in the bearer's unit have the stealth ability, tasty. While the bearer's unit is within range of 1 or more objective markers you control, that unit can only be selected to target a ranged attack if the attack. So you've got stealth and essentially lone op, which is fucking decent, right? Warp fueled thrusters. Chaos Lord with jump pack. At the end of your opponent's fight phase, if the bearer unit is not within engagement range of one of enemy units, essentially uppy downy. Ooh. Right. And then the Terra Galt Parasite. Say that when you've had a few. Astartes model, so any kind of model. At the start of the fight phase, each enemy unit within engagement range of the bearer must take a battle shock test, subtracting 1 from the results at the start of the fight phase. So further battle shock. So if you don't get them in the command phase, you get another one here, right? And then finally, the Sorrow Scent Vulture jump pack model. They have the Scout 6-inch, and then the declare battle formation step. The bearer can be attached to Warp Talons. That I like. The fact that he can join Warp Talons is really nice. Big fan of that one. And you get Scout 6-inches with Warp Talons as well, which is pretty tasty. They're already quite fast-moving units. So I think there's a solid pack of enhancements there. I kind of like the rule, but it's a bit messy, and it's Battle Shock. And I don't love anything Battle Shock, but at least it's at -1, and at least there's lots of benefits to it. I always feel a little bit like sometimes these rules are like when you're below half strength, add 1 to the hit roll. You're like, well, they're already below half strength. That, you know, I don't feel like... I don't know. I'm not sure about that one. We have a bank of strats, 3 green, 3 blue, which means something, apparently. So you've got a Talon Sunk Deep strat in the your shooting or fight phase. 1 Heretic Astartes infantry unit from the army that's not been selected to shoot or fight this phase until the end of the phase. Each time a model in your unit makes an attack, the target's unit that is battle shocked and or below half strength, improve the AP by 1. So you've managed to battle shock them with either your fancy Chaos Lord or they were done at the start of the phase. You've now got +1 to wound because they're battle shocked. They're -1 to hit because they're battle shocked. And you've got +1 AP. Equally, if they're not battle shocked but they're below half strength, you get +1 AP, but then you also get +1 to hit, right? Which is kind of cool. Pro on the week, your shooting phase or the fight phase. 1 Heretic Astartes infantry unit from your army that has not been selected to shoot or fight this phase until the end of the phase. Each time a model in your unit makes an attack, the target's unit that is battle shocked and or below half strength. Theme. You can re-roll the hit roll. Okay, sadistic play. Just after a Heretic Astartes unit from your army destroys an enemy unit, that Heretic Astartes unit, each enemy unit within 6 inches of invisible to a unit, excluding monsters and vehicles, must take a battle shock test. More battle shock. It's all about the battle shock. I fucking hate battle shock. Your charge phase, a Heretic Astartes unit from your army for 1 CP until the end of the phase, your unit is not eligible to advance and charge. That's solid. Solid strat, 1 CP advance and charge. Love it. Relentless Terror, your movement phase, just after a Heretic Astartes infantry unit falls back. You can shoot and declare a charge on a turn at which you fell back. Solid, right? These are 2 solid ones straight away. Horrific Incursion, your movement phase. Just after a Heretic Astartes unit from your army arrive from reserves, select 1 enemy unit within 12 inches of visible, must take a battle shock test at -1 to the result. So there is a lot of ways in this detachment in which you can force enemies to take battle shock tests. And then you get some stuff that procs off of it. I do like the fact that with these 2 specific detachments here, they're playing on the whole, well, if you never get anyone battle shocked, but you do get a unit to below half strength, these still become relevant and they are still usable. So they're not terrible. They're okay. But, oh my lord. Who's this? Sound the horns! Sound the horns! Ladies and Banner, thank you for becoming Thane! Oh! Now we just need to hit membership goal and I can throw myself around the bedroom later. So they're not bad. I like it. I think it's very Light Lordsy. I think if you build into as many leadership debuffs as you possibly can, it could be fun. But it's battle shock. I'm just not a person who likes things that interact with battle shocks. I don't. I think battle shocks are still far too swingy, but you know, I'm a fan. I like it. Now I'm going to move on to the next 2 that got me really fucking excited, right? So I'm glad we started at the start because I don't love the Asimataran one, but I don't hate it. I think it's fine. I think it's good. I don't think it's game breaking. I don't think it's incredible. I like the Night Lords one slightly better, despite the fact I don't really like Battle Shock. I think it does try and force you into playing a Night Lords narrative list, which is kind of cool. And then we get to Blood Angels and Eldari, and I like both of these quite a lot, right? And there's some reasons that I can tell you about and some that I can't. So, Max Raptors, Noid Marine, Lords of Skulls, let's roll. Love it, I'm here for it. So we have the faction pack for the Blood Angels. Raged Cursed Onslaught is their new detachment. You can tell because it's there in red. Let's go to it. I won't read the one out they've already got because that would be pointless, wouldn't it, chat? Rage Curse Onslaught, Maddened Ferocity. Each time an Adeptus Astartes model from your army makes a melee attack, reroll a wound roll of 1. They've got permanent reroll 1s to wound. Already solid, right? Like it. Each time an Adeptus Astartes unit from your army is selected to fight, if that unit made a charge move this turn, until the end of the phase, add 1 to the attack characteristics of melee weapons. So it's like Liberator Assault Group, right? equipped by models in the unit. If your unit, not theirs, if your unit is battle shocked, add 2 to the attack characteristics of melee weapons equipped by models in that unit instead. So if you are battle shocked, you get +2 attacks with reroll wound rolls of 1. Your army can include Blood Angels units, but it cannot include a Dempsey units from the other chapter, like the 8,432 Victrix Guard that were at the major GT this last weekend. We have 4 enhancements. The first one's for a chaplain. Models in the Bearers unit have the Scout 6 inches theme, right? Three enhancements, 3 sets of Scout 6 inches. Each time you make a battle shock test for a Dempsey unit within 6 inches of the bearer, you can re-roll the result, which on the surface sounds a bit like, oh, if you fail, you can re-roll to positive. But it doesn't have to be a successful battle shock test. Each time you take a battle shock test for an Dempsey unit within 6 inches of the bearer, you can re-roll the result. So you can pass and try and re-roll for a fail. So you can get your +2 attacks and other benefits, which you're going to see in just a moment, right? Master of the Red Thirst. Start his model only once per battle at the start of the fight phase. The bearer can use this enhancement. If it does until the end of the phase, models and bearers don't have fights first. Fights first is solid. It's once per battle, fights first, so it probably won't be too expensive, but fights first is solid. Sanguinary Tear, Aura. Model while a friendly death company unit within 6 inches of the bearer, add 1 to the strength characteristic of weapons equipped by models in that unit. Solid. Auras. More auras. At this point, with the way leaders work in 10th, I don't know if I want to see more or less auras. I feel like our options are leaders join units or we have auras. I think that's where it's going to go, but, you know. And then Angel's Fang. Each time the bearer makes a melee attack that targets a character, monster, or vehicle unit, that attack has sustained hits 2 ability. So unlike in Liberator, I think it is, where you got it once per battle, you just get sustained hits 2 if you're targeting a character, monster, or vehicle, which is kind of cool. That's kind of the thing that Joe could use to get Gabriel Seth back, essentially, right? That kind of works. I mean, granted, it's not against everyone. His Whirlwind of Gore only then works against character, monster, or vehicle units. But hey, you know. We then have a bank of 6 strats. I'm a fan of these. I'm going to say that off the bat, right? So a Grim Warning, right? Any phase, a blood unit from your army that was just destroyed while it was in range of 1 or more objective markers you control, it's sticky, right? That's what it is. You know, sticky objectives for 1 CP once you die, which is cool. Armor Content, we know. Insensate Rampage, your opponent's shooting phase or the fight phase, just after an enemy unit selects its targets, 1 Death Company unit from your army that was selected as the target of 1 or more of those attacking its attacks until the end of the phase. Models in your unit have the Feel No Pain 5+. This makes Lamartes and his 10 Death Company dudes a fucking nightmare to kill. So Lamartes already makes them -1 damage, and they now get a 5+ Feel No Pain on top of that. Insanely good. You could even stack it with Armor of Contempt to make sure that your AP that's hitting is 1 less as well. And you just have this really durable Death Company in it, right? Which I'm a big fan of. Limb from Limb. A Astartes unit from your army that just made a charge move this turn. Select either the strength or armor penetration characteristic of melee weapons equipped by models in that unit until the end of the phase. Add 1 to the selected characteristic. You can instead choose for your unit to give in to the Red Thirst. If it does, it becomes battle shocked, but the effects of the stratagem still apply to it, and until the end of the phase, add 1 to the strength and armor penetration characteristics of melee attacks, weapons equipped by models in the unit. Now, this is in the fight phase, 1 unit from your army that made a charge move this turn. So you made a charge move, you then choose to go battle shocked, you then get +2 attacks. And +1 strength, +1 AP. It's Adeptus Astartes unit as well, so it's not restricted to just Death Company, big fan. Deathless Duty is, however, restricted to just Death Company. It is 2 CP, but it's 2 CP for an auto fight on death. Right, which is nice. And then finally, Red Wrath, your movement phase just after a Adeptus Astartes unit from your army advances. That unit until the end of the phase, or sorry, until the end of the turn, your unit is eligible to either shoot or declare a charge and turn it, which advance. You can instead choose for your unit to give into the Red Thirst if it does become battle shocked. And the unit, and until the end of your turn, your unit is eligible to shoot and declare a charge and turn it, which advance. So it's either shoot, advance and shoot, or advance and charge, or become battle shocked, get both. You know, and if you do it, it's your movement phase. If you go become battle shocked, you get +2 attacks. I quite like it. I'm a fan of it. It's very Blood Angels. There's a couple that are Death Company specific, so it feels like it's leaning you into using Death Company a little bit more. But there's also a couple that are really good on everything. So Red Wrath is good on everything. You know, Limb from Limb is good on everything. Grim Warning is solid. I'm a fan. But there is definitely a world where you can run 20-odd Death Company in this army and probably be okay. I like it. It's very Blood Angels. Things that my favourite up until this point was Liberator Assault Group, because I love the concept of falling to the red thirst, and you know, I like that kind of stuff. Thank you, Whitey55, for the one gifted. Thank you, Yeston, for the one gifted. We are on 23, 24 even of the finest memberships. One more gets us to 25. And then we've just got bang, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. And then, you know, then we get to 100 and it's all good. Now, Faction Pack Aldari. We have a new detachment called the Serpent's Brood, which is a Harlequin-specific detachment. And I don't know if I've ever seen anyone ever in the world run Armoured Warhost. So instead, we get to jump into Serpent's Brood. Boons of the Brood. Weapons equipped by Harlequins, mounted, and Harlequins vehicle models have sustained hits 1. Each time a Harlequins unit from your army disembarks from a transport, until the end of the turn, that unit's weapons, both melee and ranged, have sustained hits 1. I already love it. I already think it's great. Whitey, thank you for getting us to 25. Now, it's just 5 chat here on out. Or 20s, or 50s, or 10s. Hit me. Troop units from your army gain the battle line keyword, and troop models in the units have an OC of 2. Love it. You can include up to 3 of the following models in your army: Death Jester, Shadowseer, Troop Master. Big fan. So you can't, it's not like it stops you from taking Banshees or Fire Dragons. It's just they don't get any benefit apart from you obviously can still use your battle focus tokens for your agile maneuvers. So you do still get an army rule for them. You just don't get a detachment rule. Because they're not Harlequins models, Harlequins mounted, or Harlequins vehicles. So as you can imagine, based on that, everything in the enhancement section attaches to something Harlequins based. So a Harlequins model for the first one, excluding solitaires, Scout 6 inches. We're all surprised. We're all surprised. Weaver's Whale, Troop Master model only, add 3 to the strength and 1 to attack characteristics of the bearer's melee weapon. Solid. Death Jester for the next one for Fangleer. When using the bearer's cruel amusement ability, you can select 2 of the abilities for the Shrieker Cannon to gain instead of 1, which I like. And then a Shadowseer model for Shedskin Raiment. After both players have deployed their army, select up to 3 Harlequins units from the army and redeploy them. I love that. When doing so, you can select these units up in Strategic Reserve, regardless of how many units. So it's a pick up 3 and redeploy or stick them in reserves. Big fan. Big fan. Massive fan. Fangs of the Brood for 1 CP. This might, by the way, become my favourite way to play Eldar. Start the fight phase. 1 troop unit from your army until the end of the phase. When using your unit's Dance of Death ability, you can select 3 of the abilities to your unit to gain instead of 1. So you get all of them, which is mad good. Venomous Wrath. Shooting phase. A Harlequins unit from your army that's not yet been selected to shoot until the end. After your unit has shot, if it's not within engagement range of 1 of my enemy units, it can make a normal move up to 6 inches until the end of your turn. Your unit's not eligible to declare a charge. So you can shoot and make a normal move. It's move, shoot, move. It's a normal move, right? Which means you can get back in a transport, which is solid. So you get out with sustain, shoot some pistols, get back in a transport if you don't fancy the fight. Striking Stride in your charge phase. 1 Harlequins unit from your army. Until the end of the phase, your unit is eligible to declare a charge until it is advanced. So advance and charge for Harlequins. They become super fast. Weaver's Coils. End of your fight phase. A mounted unit from your army that was eligible to fight this phase. If your unit is not within engagement range, you can make a normal move. Otherwise, you can make a fallback move of up to 6 inches. So you get yourself out of combat if you were charged rather than being locked in. Weaving Stride. Your opponent's movement phase, just after the enemy unit ends a normal move, you can then, within 9 inches, make a move of up to 6 inches. Again, it's a normal move. If you're outside of a transport, you can get back in. So you can get out, shoot, charge, fight something. If you then kill it and you're out in the open and you're too far away from a transport and they move near you, you can then move back towards the transport. Skyward Lunge. End of your opponent's fight phase. A vehicle or mounted unit from your army. If your unit is not within engagement range of 1 of my enemy units, it can be removed from the battlefield and placed into strategic reserve. There is so many like movement shenanigans in this detachment. It's mad. I quite like this one. I'm going to be honest with you. I like it a lot. As a Harlequins fan and an Eldar fan, I'm a big fan. I think the next time I play on the channel, I might be trying to bust out as many Harlequins as I can and seeing if I can make that detachment work, because I'm a big fan of it. I love it. I think it's really good. What's your favourite team? Stick on a postcard, tell me why. So we can get off of £10 of postcard revenue. The one thing I will say, and I don't know, you can really see the serpent brooding. I don't want to be a dick about this, right? I don't. But there, you know, what little bits of flecks of white everywhere. Warhammer 40k is 6 months away from a new edition, probably. You know, And these are all cool detachments and all, but they're not bonkers. They're just kind of And so I think to myself, is this a waste? Like, I feel like at this point, oh, hang on. I feel like at this point in the edition, we could be doing something super fun, you know? And we're kind of not. That makes me a bit sad. I just feel like it's a missed opportunity. This Grotmas to go a bit bonkers with Warhammer. Already love Dread Talons, and this is the just straight up better. Do you think as well? So I feel like Grotmas last year did some work to plug some gaps for some armies. So they pulled. I need to take my jumper off. They pulled some detachments out. They did some lifting in some spaces where there were some gaps where armies perhaps didn't have detachments that could do certain things.
Guard 1 has me excited to start Krieg next year for New Year, new army.
I've got an idea about that, chat. If we hit 100 members, I'll tell you. And then I think, I don't know if it's just me, but the balanced data slate detachments is what these essentially are. They seem to just be taking detachments that haven't been very good and fixing them, for the most part. That's not entirely true, though, because I think if you look at the Blood Angels one, it's like a weird Liberator Assault group crossed with Death Company detachment, which I think is cool. I have 40k fatigue. It's not a good place to be. I think a lot of people are in that place right now, Kai. There's not a lot to get excited about right now, I feel like. So do we think Sensible's good at this point, or do we think that, you know, they could have gone a bit mad, not broke it, but gone a bit mad and enjoyed themselves for the last 6 months of the edition? Because I sometimes think that Games Workshop, unfortunately, are kind of damned if they do, damned if they don't. I think they're kind of in one of those catch-22 situations where if they do a good job, we I don't know. If they do an amazing job, we still find a reason to complain. Eighth course 40k fatigue in me, still suffer from it. I'm leaning into Blood Bowl, me liking more. I want to get into Blood Bowl at some point in the near future. I'm hoping that Hobby House lets me do that. Maybe it gives me the freedom to do that. I think because this isn't expected to be an index edition, they don't want to go crazy. Ah, that's fair. I hadn't even thought of that, to be fair. Nice to cop something, yeah.
Almost make me wanna get a small Harlequin force for something like King of the Colosseum mode.
Love it.
Who is playing who on Thursday and which armies are being used? Bombardment. Big fan for Guard 1 as help my Krieg. Not fan of Chaos 1.
Okay, interesting. So Tuesday is Toby versus Joe. Toby wants to bring new Necrons. Joe, I can't remember. Oh no, he's bringing Votan because you paid for it, right? And then Thursday, I think, is Tom versus Paddy. And I think Paddy's bringing new Blood Angels. I don't know what Tom's bringing. Commander Shepard, thank you for the 5 gifted. Legend. Space King 4 is the best thing for 40k at the moment. Built my dwarf team over the past few days. Based black, ready for painting on night shift this week. Sounds good. It's really hard not to break it. It's really hard not to break it, actually. Hey, Brian. How's it going, man?
Hashtag filament fund.
We do need more filament already for terrain printing. We're going to have the sexiest tables, chat. Was going to run Ghost of the Web Way, but we'll run Brood, have a Harlequin Wraithlord to try. Love it. Praise be to Space King. What is this Space King thing that people are talking about? Rangers versus Space Wolves. Quick game's a good game. Isn't that what they did last time? I thought that's what they did last time. What they did last time? Third edition. Is that Ed? Weird tables have vibrating attachments. Do you want them? It's a 40k power day. Okay. I have not seen it. I have no idea. No idea at all. Oh, I didn't update my tracker because of the amazing work from Commander Shepard. Who I think is Alex, but the names are screwy and I don't like it. I don't like it. I feel like at the moment, I feel like it feels weird. I feel like it's like, here's some Grotma stuff, but it's not really Grotma stuff. It was probably supposed to be balanced data slate stuff, but you all whinge that Grotmas was terrible, so we're kind of just making it feel a bit better. And what are you printing with filament? Terrain. It's fucking excellent as well. We have 3 Bamboo Labs printers of different sizes and reels of filament. Toby's got a bit obsessed with terrain printing lately. Because we looked at the cost of terrain and it's fucking extortionate, quite frankly. Even the stuff that you can buy that's sort of printed from places like Etsy and stuff, and it's very expensive to fill a fucking tournament hall up, even if it's only a small tournament hall with a small number of tables. Rather expensive. So, you know, did I finally get Ed back in my name? Nope. You have to change it. You right, Nipper? Yeah, what's up? Yeah, Mummy's gone out for a bike ride. What do you want? Yes, that's fine. Sorry, I have to parent too because Lucy's out. Did you see the announcement reference Xmas Day MTO stuff? No. Last year, the thing is, right, SQP, I think the biggest problem, right, I have both filaments, tank, resin printers, and a DIY CNC laser for terrain. Oh, wow. 2 times bamboo H2S's, 1 times bamboo P1S. That's exactly what we've got, yeah. The thing is with Grotmas, I think the biggest problem that Games Workshop have for Grotmas in general was last year. Last year was so fucking good for Grotmas that the only way they ever not get criticism is by matching that energy, and I don't think that was ever possible. And I've sat and thought about this for a while, right? Because I'm the person who looked at Grotmas and went, this is shit. What is going on? And I think, well, actually, it would have been impossible for them to match last year's energy on that. Absolutely impossible. So I kind of sympathise with them a little bit. I don't think it was possible to do that. I don't think it was possible for them to match it. And I don't think it was possible for them to do the same level that they did last year. But last year was so good. Last year is one of the best things I think they've ever done. I'll change my name to 3rd edition because it seems to be what everyone calls me in the community anyway. Amazing. Amazing. It's fucking 160 people watching as I talk about Grotmas detachments. Thank you, people. 85 likes so far, though. I'll do my best smiley face for you. Is that better? Does that help? Didn't have to match, you just had to not suck. But I think the problem is that, this is my point, Whitey, right? My point is, and I agree with you, it just had not to suck. But when you compare it, at that point, you know, it's gonna suck because last year was so good. So what they've done so far, it's not the worst. Actually, what they've done so far has been shit. I'm gonna be honest with you, it has been shit. But even if it was better, I feel like it still wouldn't have felt like it was good enough because last year was so good. You know, the comparison is the problem. Wife plays Demon. Shame they did not get Codex, but Pure Agents did. Great in the Year of Chaos. Yeah, absolutely. James, thank you for the one gifted. Thank you so much. Oh, one gift membership. Up to 33, team. 2 away from 35. I believe in you. Last year was brilliant. They can't do it every year. Full detachment for every faction. They'd have nothing to sell us. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I feel like Demons and Deathwatch was a bit of a weird one this edition, right? It was a bit all over the place. It was a... I think they probably wanted to get rid of them. I hope it's true that Battlefleet Gothic is coming in 40k setting. I hope they've learned. I hope they have too. Alex, thank you for all gifted. What a legend. They could have done mini mission ideas, 1,000-point games. I'd love that. Edward, thank you for one gifted. Up to 35, team. Now we're back to multiples of 5, all right? Come on, team. Play the game for me. Thank you so much for the one gifted each, you wonderful human beings. Love you. Yes, the Battlefleet Gothic. I miss that kind of game. I love that kind of game. I got into... What the fuck was it called? Firestorm Armada was the game it was called. I don't know if you guys ever played it. Loved that game. Then they went bust. Sad face. I think they got bought out in the end, but I'm not sure. What we need is Blood Bowl in the 40k setting, Unreal Tournament style, capture the flag with kill teams. Do we? Is that what we need? I don't think we do need Blood Bowl in the 40k setting, only because Blood Bowl in the current setting works really fucking well. But for Battlefleet Gothic, I would be looking at lessons learned from Legions Imperialis. Although I don't know what the data is on Legions Imperialis. Legions Imperialis might actually, in fact, be wildly successful in the heresy setting. It might be very, very good. I'm not sure. It's just I instantly lost interest. I tell you what, chat. There's 160 people in chat. How many people in chat right now, if Legions Imperialis was a 40k setting, would have considered getting back into it, but didn't because it wasn't? Put your hand up in chat. Because I reckon there's a load of people. It's me. When I heard about the fact that Epic was returning, because let's face it, it's Epic, I got quite excited. And then when I heard that it was Heresy era, I was like, I'm no longer as excited. I get why they do it, right? Single file for infantry and everyone gets the same file. It's cheaper to produce. It's cheaper to produce on scale. I've never seen a Legions of Paris player, never seen it set up. Yeah, exactly. Was left unsupervised by my wife on Saturday with a mile of liquor, so I was at Gaze Workshop in a strip club. Ended up with 4 bottles of booze and a Repulsor Executioner. Good man. I play it for 40k. If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge. Yeah. Yep. I play it was not for me. Okay, because the rules or because it's heresy. So there's a few people. This is what I'm saying. Like, surely they've got to have seen this, even in you know. They've got to have seen this in Legions of Paris and gone, we can't do that. The name change worked this time. Hey, Eb. Adam's got his hand up as well, look. You may speak. Played it at Warhammer World for Joe Mageddon, cutest game ever. Oh, really? I loved Epic. I actually never played Epic, Guy, to be fair. I never played Epic. So I have no... I was interested in it when I thought it could be Epic. But I just... Rumour is Battlefield Gothic is going to be 30k if we get it. Now, see, I want it to be 40k. I think it will be 30k. If Battlefield Gothic returns, I think they'll do it in 30k. Because, again, it's easier, right? You create one set of ships and you can use it for Imperial and Chaos. If there be orcs, me and my boy would have bought in for sure. Well, exactly. If Legions of Paris had had Eldar, I probably would have got involved. That being said, I do look at it and think, how the fuck does anyone paint that stuff at all? I don't mind that it was heresy setting, but the rules, in my opinion, were lacking compared to Epic. See, I never played Epic, so like I said, I've got no frame of reference. I've got no frame of reference at all. I just, you know... I can't sell it. It doesn't surprise me, Kai. It honestly doesn't surprise me, mate, to be honest with you. Aeronautica Escapade. Honestly, I have more interest in it than I have Legions of Paris. The rules, I didn't like the fact that it was very rock, paper, scissors. The Titan stuff was quite interesting. Well, the Titan stuff before, Titanicus was a good game. I don't know if the rules are the same now for Titans as it was in Titanicus, but Titanicus was a good name, a good game. They've now rolled it into LI, haven't they? Is that right? Is Titanicus a standalone game anymore? Or is it now all rolled into Legions Imperialis? I don't know. Here's one of the things, though, right? How quickly have we come away from talking about those detachments? That's how kind of they are. They're not bad, but we're already talking about other games now. We're not even talking about the detachments anymore. I'm slightly... I don't know if this is just me, but I'm slightly concerned with 40k at the moment. Is it just me? Aeronautica was good. Haven't found an opponent since they changed it to 30k. I believe it's all rolled in, but I think you can play Titan games individually. Oh, okay. Because I bought some Titans to get into Titanicus just before they changed it to Legions Imperialis, and haven't picked it up since. 80 is standalone. You can take mana pools in Legions Imperialis, but can't use Titans only in Legions Imperialis outside of special scenarios. Oh. Attachments are fine if you're a tawny player. Do you reckon? I think they're kind of fun. I don't think any of them are bad. I think they're kind of fun anyway. I think they're just like slightly improved versions. The Harlequins one has me super excited. I just think it's better than the Harlequins one in the book. I think it's a very good attachment. Because 40k fatigue is a real thing. It is, isn't it? Makes my life slightly more difficult right now, though, which, you know, it is what it is. I need you lot to feed me so I can talk to you, so that I can prattle on for the next half an hour. But I think you're right. I think 40k fatigue is a real thing at the moment. I think people are kind of tired with it, and I think it will only kind of change and improve when everyone gets excited about new edition, new codexes again. And that's why we have this 3-year cycle, right? Hopefully 500 worlds is great. I really want 500 worlds to be good. I really want 500 worlds to be good. I'd like to see an orc one. Weird 40k crossover game ideas. Hit me, go. That's a cool stream idea, actually. That's a cool Friday night idea. Escapade. More AOS. I don't think AOS is doing any better, though. I think Joe wants to increase it. Well, he'd like to. I say want's a strong word, right? I think he'd like to increase the frequency of AOS streams in the new year to 2 a month, which I'm not against. 40k mousetrap, love it. What's your model wish list for 2026? Top 3. I fucking got a clue. Karandras. For certain, Karandras. I don't know. Karandras is definitely high up on the list. Who else I'd add? I'm not entirely sure right now. Yarrick, probably. A new epic Yarrick. Be cool. 40k Skyrim, you wake as a noise marine, love it. Who else would I want as a model? Vex is not a bad shout. But Joe puts forward a good argument for not actually having him back in the game. GW fatigue seems to be dressed up as 40k fatigue mostly. That's because most people's experience with Games Workshop is 40k. I think that's part of the problem, right? Is that it's their biggest and best-selling product. It's their most famous product. Do you think it could be an Xmas Day Primark drop, or is that more of an 11th drop? I think if there's going to be a Primark drop, that's what they did on the last 2 Christmas days. I wouldn't be surprised. The main game is Necromunda, which is awesome, and Old World is supposed to be very good. Old World is supposed to be very good. The people that I know play it love it. What rules would you want to see gone 11th? That's a hard one to answer, right?
Okay then. What did you think of the new Dawn of War trailer?
I've not seen it. Actually, mate, I've not seen it yet. Thank you for the blue one, by the way. You're a legend. I've not seen it. I'm painting noise marines right now. That's fatigue. They are beautiful models, though, aren't they? I love how on Christmas Day you can get made to order on terrain. Is that what it is? I haven't seen the new Dawn of War trailer. If I put it on, we're probably going to get copyright strikes, so we need some memberships before I can put it on. Because when I get copyright struck, I lose all my ad revenue. Not that it's a lot, but we do. Oh, I'd love to see command point rerolls gone. 100% I'd love to see that gone. I'm kind of in two minds about the leader stuff, right? One of my biggest issues is the leader stuff right now. And when they first announced that leaders lead units rather than aura bubbles and castles that existed in previous editions, I initially was like, this is really positive. I'm a big fan. And then they went, take what you want, multiple leaders, and you go, cool, free captains with jump packs, free captains in Terminator armor. And I'm like, the idea of getting rid of the castles I liked. As quite often is the case with Games Workshop, the execution was a bit shit. You know? I want real terrain rules in 11th, otherwise I probably won't play it. Interesting. Terrain's a bit, isn't it? It doesn't really do anything. And I cannot, you know, I cannot stress how fucking tired I am of perfectly symmetrical L-shaped fucking ruins. I really need Games Workshop to look at 11th edition and go, maybe we don't just make a game that's just for competitive people. Maybe we build a game where it's actually possible to inject fun back into it. You know? I can't tell you how fucking bored I am with symmetrical layouts. And because now the tournament seems to become so fucking big for Warhammer 40k, because it's got so large, everyone's using ITC terrain, WTC terrain, GW official terrain. Even for Hobby House, Joe keeps talking about to do GW terrain layouts. I don't fucking care about Games Workshop terrain layouts. I don't fucking care about specifically rectangle footprints for buildings. I don't care about symmetrical tables where somehow they've made the city exactly the same on one side as it is on the other. I fucking hate it. It's so fucking dull. It's so boring. I don't want it. I want a cool fucking table that tells a story before I even put my models down. Grimgar, thank you for 5 gifted. GW seems to be avoiding terrain rules in most of its army-based games.
Random meteors by way of blast templates and scatter dice.
Love it. We should do like a Friday night. We can, I don't know, super chat for rules for a next game that the lads aren't aware of. I don't know. We should do something discreet, almost like a kind of chat plays idea, but not quite. Because I don't like the way that chat plays worked towards the end. It was very beggy on our part, and I didn't like that. I didn't like the optics, so what's your predictions for the rest of the Grotmas calendar? There's Black Art Minis. I predict that after probably Wednesday it's going to get quite boring again once the detachments are finished. Back to shitty painting guides and terrible lore. Need a Blood Bowl pitch, 100%. I've got like a fold-out one that came in the box. I'm just utterly sick. I think the core rules for the game aren't the worst, and I can have fun with my mates. But I have to have fun with my mates. You know, I think this is the first edition of the last 3 or 4 where I think I've attended 2 tournaments, maybe 3. That's it.
How do we make a rule so that leaders can jump between units and not abuse movement?
Well, I think that they have. It's how you do it, actually, Magnus. Right? I think you attach a leader to a unit. I think at the point in which that leader that unit dies, if the leader's still alive, he can, in the next movement phase, attach to another unit at any point in the movement phase for a single command point stratagem. That's how you do it. I think that's how I would do it. Didn't like it because it was beggy. Who are you and what your name? There's one thing to be like, send me members, fuckers, and there's another thing to be like, oh, you've paid money to do this thing, but you've not paid enough money. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's a bit, and then it got to the point where it kind of got a bit silly, and people were like, here's a £2 super chat. Every single model loses 5 wounds, and it's like, we can't just destroy the whole game for £2. But then it sounds like we'll only destroy the game if you pay enough, and it's just, I didn't like it. I got to the point where I was like, I'm starting to feel uncomfortable. I don't love it. So we stopped it. I'd like to do a version of it again that's back to being fun and silly, because when it was ultimate fun and silly, it was fun and silly, and I love that. I think though, you know, rules aside, I think for me, one of the biggest things that's ruined for me personally, one of the things that's ruined 40k in this edition, and I don't think it's been ruined, I've had a lot of fun, but there's a reason why I've avoided going to tournaments, chat, right? And that's because of the impact of terrain. And what I mean by that is, you know, terrain doesn't really do much but block line of sight. Terrain is now got terrain packs for every type of tournament format you can think of. Even Games Workshop now release their own suggested terrain layouts for footprints, sizes, and shapes. And it's fucking dull and it's boring. The problem is, one of the reasons why these terrain layouts exist is because the game struggles to function without them. Because without those terrain layouts, if it's open ground, melee armies just lose, and if it's too dense, shooting armies just lose. Which would indicate that the game is far too fucking lethal, which was something that they said at the start of the decision they had and were addressing, and something they weren't going to do. Unfortunately, that hasn't happened though, right? Unfortunately, what's happened is the game is just fucking lethal.
Even if you don't like symmetric tables, you need at least a few for people coming in for a training game. It's a business after all.
So what we're doing, Adrian, to be clear, is Joe's built a load of terrain. There's more terrain that's being made. There's a lot of stuff that's being built to make tables look fucking cool and sexy so you can play on fun boards. There's a lot of terrain that's been built that it looks like L shapes. So you can build a symmetrical table with some of what we're using, and it will still look better than what you normally see with the MDF. It's possible to build them. So if you want specifically to have a perfectly symmetrical table to do some tournament practice at Hobby House, that will be available for you. You can do that. You can. If you want us to set up a cool table for you, you're not going to get symmetrical unless you specifically tell me you're doing tournament practice. And I don't want to discriminate against anybody, right? I don't want anyone to think they can't come and play their type of 40k. And some people's type of 40k is tournament 40k. And if you are local to Hobby House and you want to go and do tournament practice every Tuesday with your mate, we can facilitate that. Absolutely, we can. We can do that. You know. What do you mean by Toby taking the new Necrons? We've got a bunch of Necron stuff painted for the channel by my dear friend Lee, and they haven't been used yet. And we're going to have a look tomorrow morning to see if there's enough of the stuff that Toby can run a Necron army with the channel Necron army. Get rid of rerolls, love to. So boring when all that's happening is units are making saves for everything and nobody dies. Correct. You've got to find a middle ground, right? Absolutely. Absolutely why you've got to find a middle ground. I agree. It is 100 proud. Joe suck off Paddy. How to bring excitement back into 40k, worth considering. Love it. Love it. What's the Necron colour scheme? I think it's pretty traditional, yes, to be honest with you. I think it's metals, bronzes, greens. I haven't looked at it in great depth. We'll look tomorrow. I'll post a picture in Thanes for you. You Thanes can get a behind the scene picture tomorrow daytime. Guffed? Yeah, exclamation mark guffed. Do that. I'm here for it. Assault a hill. We should have that capacity. If you too are excited about hyper-narrative tables at Hobby House in the future, give 5. Or 1. There's 150 of you in chat. If you all do it, you know, I get to go to the gym later and not cry. Oh, I don't know how to say this name. Thank you for the one gifted. Mankowitz Jabronsky. I don't care about the terrain. I just want to see the printers. You can come and see the printers, Nobody. I'll let you come up and see the printers. It's in the staff area. So, thank you for the one gifted, man. You're a legend. Is it true Joe made Nurgle-themed terrain out of his used underwear? Yes. It's weird, though, because it moves itself around the table. I'm going to request Planet Bowling Ball just to trigger Toby. He'll love that. Thank you, Springies, for the one gifted. You're a legend. Dave WK, Andrew's friend. Thank you for 10 gifted memberships. We've gone over the halfway mark. You fucking wonderful northern human being. What an absolute legend. Thank you, Dave. Anybody who's got gifted a membership tonight, you can say thank you to the person that gifted you. You can also get yourself in Discord and make use of it. If you like it, maybe you'll consider being a member all by yourself. Or upgrading. You can upgrade. You can become like a Jarl tier, and then you get access to a giveaway every month. Yeah, Discord it, Devo Gorgon. Discord it. Come and join us. You wonderful humans. I'm looking forward to buying from the website as I'm in Yorkshire, so a bit far away. I'm looking forward to you buying from the website too, mate. You legend. Mordy, thank you for the one gifted. You're a hero. I'm shit at bowling. What a faff. Yeah? Our new thing has yet to join the WhatsApp. Oh, really? Didn't say anything either in the chat. Just became a thing. Ambition of Valley. The terrain we're currently printing is... I wonder if I can... Can I show the picture of it? Because... I don't know if it gives anything away. I might give too much away, but let's see what we can do. So, if we get to 60 members, I will show you a picture of our current idea for terrain and what we're getting ready, and you'll like it. And I'll tell you why you'll like it once I show it to you. Send biggie hugs. Thank you for the one gifted. Send. I'm in New Zealand. I'm looking forward to buying from the store on a pilgrimage. Good man. Would love to gift, but just had to pay 5,400 to fix water damage in the house fittings. That's fair, but it wasn't 5,500 quid, right? So you've probably got some spare. I'm joking, obviously, for reference. I'm not that guy, really. Seems like a lot. Right, do you want to get... Right, I'm ready. Do you want to get excited about the terrain? Who wants to see what we're working on? I'm trying to find a client in Southampton so I don't have to bullshit the wife when I come down for a week. What'd you do? I reckon we can find you a fucking client. You want to see it, nobody? I'll show you. I'm not going to wait for 60 members. You lot have been amazing. I'm just going to hope you get to the target in the next 13 minutes anyway. So this is a tile. It's a 2 by 2 foot tile, right? So our intent is that we build 6 of these tiles And this is just a concept at the moment, right? So you can see the wrecked tank and the ruins. So the idea being that we're going to build 6 of these tiles, and what you better do is you better play on these in multiple configurations, right? So that means that you can have narrative themed tables. This will all be like textured and themed and whatever you, right? And then what's nice about these as well is they're fully modular, right? So that roof piece is separate at the top. The building with the balcony at the top is separate. The building with the balcony underneath is separate. The building underneath is separate. The bridge is separate. It's just, you know, so if you look at the building that's in the top right hand corner as you're looking at it, that is a 4-story building with 4 separate sections and a separate roof piece. The bridges all come apart, the balconies move, so you can take the balconies off and put the bridges in different areas and different sections. Every single piece that you see has got a fully formed piece as well as a battle damaged piece. So you can even have a fully formed board, and then as you're playing over it, we can destroy it as it goes if you want us to. So you can, for example, make all of this fully enclosed, and over time remove the fully enclosed pieces and replace them with ruin sections, right? And we're printing a lot of this. This is a Kickstarter from Zorp. So if you go on Kickstarter and look for Zorp Sector Rome, that's what this is. And it just looks incredible. And we are printing a lot. Is that the Zorp Sector Rome? Yes, it is, yeah. Who's those tiny legs? That's Toby. He doesn't do leg day very often. So think of like, it won't be quite there, but think of the narrative tables that you get at Warhammer World, right? We're trying to recreate some of that stuff, but we're trying to do it in our space. So we want to, the reason why we're putting it on 2x2 tables.
What filament are you using? Tough pla, Petchy what?
I ask Toby and nobody. I've not got a fucking clue. I've not got a fucking clue. So the concept is we can't have a permanent table set up, because then we can't move it away and let people do other things, like play other games, like play bolt action or play or do their hobbying or whatever. So we're building it in 2x2. We're building it in 2x2 tiles, so we can store it away and then we can protect it, look after it, and then bring it out when people book that specific table, right? Dear God, please add destructible terrain to your game streams. That'd be so bloody cool. And use P. So the part of how we're going to do this, yes, and let me get rid of this picture so I don't have to hang on the edge of it anymore. Part of how we're going to do this, right, is by going, hey, we're going to put the thing on stream. We put the thing on stream. Do you like it? Cool. Guess what? You can play on it. You can book a table and come and play on it. So we use the stream as an advert for some of the things you can come and do. I want to see 1,000 oil barrel pyramids. Should have gone down the MDF route because it's so exciting. Oh, I fucking hate MDF, Kai. You know that. Chat, 9 minutes to go. 46 members. 148 people. If a third of you gift, we're done. We're done. But yeah, destructible terrain is a thing that I'm super keen on, because this is a really random comparison, but it's relevant to me personally, right? I, for the longest time, have been a Battlefield player over a Call of Duty player on video games. Why? Because Battlefield, I feel like, sits closer to the realism world than Call of Duty does. I'm not for 1 minute going to suggest that it's realistic, because it's not. It's a video game, and I'm not stupid. But the fact that you can be sat in a building and then someone just flattens that building because they can't get a bead on you as a sniper appeals to me. I'd like to bring that into 40k. I'd like to bring terrain rules into 40k, whereby you're hiding behind a building so your opponent can't target you. So what he can do is he can use his Lehman Russ to fucking drop the building. Now, I'm being far-fetched here, but I'd like to see if we can make that kind of stuff work. Yeston, thank you for the 1 gifted. You're a hero. Now just 50. We're good. Oh, sorry, 45, innit? Stupid maths. Snakey, thank you for the 1 gifted. I just changed it. You're a hero. What a guy. What a man. Thank you, Yeston, as well. I love you. So that's that's a loose concept. Like, imagine if, choo indeed. Imagine if you can stop people from hiding behind ruins. I mean, you have to balance it, right? There is an element of having to balance it, because if you have a pure gun versus pure melee, and you give the gun army the opportunity to just flatten the terrain in the first turn and there's no cover, it's not a game. So you have to make it work and balance it so that there is an element of melee armies don't just get lit up on turn 2 because the board's now Planet Bowling Ball, right? You have to do that. We used to spend the first couple of turns doing nothing but blowing up buildings. Yeah, so you've got to get the balance right? Way back when in Battletech. Remember my first 40k game, second edition Coke cans, Tupperware terrain, a bit like jumpers for goalposts, those were the days. Yeah, I think I used books, old VHS cases, Pringles tubes, books underneath a piece of green fabric to make a hill. That's what we used, me and my brother, to start with. Could you make some terrain to look like the old Space Marine statue, but the faces that alters look like yourself and the team? No one wants that. Ghastly, no one wants that. Could we do it? I'm sure it's possible. I'm sure if you found a designer you could do it, but I'm not that far up my own arse. VHS cases and baked bean cans. Yeah, old school team. I literally have to go in 5 minutes as well because I've got a date in the gym. Buildings have wound characteristics. Yeah, there's got to be a way we can do it. And I think then it's down to like the game master, right, to realistically be. So there's got to be options between building flattened and building ruined, right? And I think depending on where and what, building ruined means there's still some cover. There's just less of it. I don't know. There's got to be a way we can make it work. And the table's not fucking asymmetric also helps. Not fully symmetric even, it's asymmetric. Lifting weights with Uwu Toby. What's all this come about from? Where's this started? Okay, Conflict 47 has a structural terrain, steal those rules. I'll have a look. I'll have a look. There's a couple of things apparently. There's a few people said that old Battletech, Legions Imperialis, Conflict 47, so I'll have a look at them and see what we can come up with. We can do it. I believe in us. I believe in us. I don't think Toby's excited about the gym either, Yeston. Thank you. Kelly on the telly, thank you. Is it Sally? Kelly? Kelly on the telly, thank you for the one gifted membership. I'll say Kelly on the telly because it sounds better. Come on, chat. He told us he didn't like Uwu, so now he's Uwu Toby. Why does anyone say they do or don't like something in Thanes? Can we get 3D prints that are functional ruins but made to look like VHS cases? It'd be fucking amazing, wouldn't it? Asymmetric, narrative, indestructible. Amazing. Yeah, right? Premium place to play. This is my point. If I don't have to get a job beforehand because YouTube's fucking dying. I miss GMing Deathwatch RPG game. Good times. I've never been involved in like an RPG. Ever. Never done like what's the D&D, anything like that. Never done it. Always been curious, never done it. I feel like I would struggle to get into it, honestly. I want to GM some Imperium Maledictum, such a good book. Brian Hall, thank you for the one gifted. Legend, what a hero. We're 2 away from 60. You know, the goal that I'll show you the terrain that I've already shown you. Look at these tie-dyes, chat. These not worth it. I've never done any games mastering or dungeon mastering really either. Nothing outside of like chat plays. Ladies, thank you for the one gifted. What a hero. You gifted to someone who's just gifted a membership. That's amazing. I hope Toby's name badge is Uwu Toby. I think I have to get 2 made now, Lehman, don't I? I have to present him with that one first and lead him to believe that that's his name badge. I think we have to do that, don't we? I think it's a thing we have to do. Right, if we can get 1 more member in now for 60 and then just 2 lots of 20, right? I'll be able to sleep tonight. Allow players to attack across tables. Basilisk range might actually be useful. I mean, that's a narrative concept that I'm not against. Again, as long as we don't, because some people can't let other people have nice things and they have to just ruin it for them, right? So as long as we get to a situation where these sorts of things don't allow certain players to just abuse rules and make other people have a miserable time because they think it's funny, then I'm okay with it. So in all things, we have to make sure there's a level of balance, and that an individual's actions, what they're giggling away at thinking they're fucking hilarious, doesn't just fuck someone else's day and they don't want to come back. I played Cyberpunk once, died in the first encounter, 10 out of 10, would spend an evening writing a character sheet for 5 minutes campaign. Amazing. Dave! Dave did a thing. Chat, he's got you so much closer with 1 minute to go. Night, Kai. Thanks for hanging out, dude. Someone can at least do the one, so we can go to bed on an even number. Well, that'd be good. You crazy bastard. Thanks so much, Dave. You're a hero. That's 30 gifted from Dave. What a legend. What an absolute fucking hero. All I can hear outside is it pissing down as well. And I've got to go out and that to get in the car and go to the gym. Ugh. How did gym going anyway? I'm retracted. Yeston, thank you for the one. Another one from Yeston. Love you, Yeston. Is it gonna happen? How is the gym going? It's okay. Last week was a bit fucked because AOS stream meant we missed Monday, and I'm a creature of habit, right? Black Country Apex Nerd said hi. Oh, hey, dude. Garsty, thank you. Oh, Garsty. Dave, you mad lad. Dave chat with the 50 gifted memberships right at the end, coming in clutch. You fucking mad lad. Thank you so much. The gym's going all right, Lehman. Last week threw me a bit because I'm a creature of habit and routine, and Monday with AOS means that I don't get to go to the gym at 9:30, so I just kind of missed it, right? And then we went on Wednesday and did a session. So last year I only got a single session in. I'm sorry I saw what I did. It's okay. But I'm feeling good now. And my injury is kind of gone. It's not fully gone, but it's kind of gone. So I'm easing back in and I'm trying to work the injury back up and rehab my arm, because I'd done a terrible number on my bicep tendon on my left arm. I didn't know a bicep tendon was a thing until my physio told me it was a thing. So I'm taking it easy. I'm building up slowly. I'm feeling better. I'm feeling much better, but I'm not feeling perfect yet. So I'm just taking my time to get back into it. So Dave, thank you so much, man. You're an absolute hero. Just on the nail then at the end of the show as well. You made me sweat for it, which is, you know, impressive. And we also have 130 likes. We didn't get to the super chat gold chat, but that's the one we often miss. So I appreciate you all anyway. You're amazing. I do have to now go get ready for the gym. I feel really bad because Dave's just dropped 40 gifted and I'm about to say goodbye. And that makes me feel shit always. But know that I love you and you're incredible and I hope you're having a wonderful fucking time. Poor now. I know. I appreciate it though. If you can just do it again tomorrow and Wednesday and Thursday, that'd be great, right? It'd be amazing. You guys are insane. The rules are cool. The detachments are cool. They're fun. I really need something for 40k to be fun and exciting again, and I think that I'm going to have to build that myself. I don't think that's something that's going to come from Games Workshop unless 500 Wells is particularly impressive. I think that's perhaps things that me, Toby, Joe are going to have to kind of figure out ourselves and work out how we can make it fun and interesting, like destructible terrain with rules and stuff like that. So keep an eye on it, because maybe in the new year we do that for a few months to try and make it interesting and make it a bit different. We did it before where we brought back things like Mouse from Ducks and stuff like that. So there's ways we can make it an interesting, fun experience. I am going to go now. I have the gym at 9:30. I'm back in tomorrow morning at work. We've got the Liam and Joe show at 1:30. And in the evening, Southampton Football Club are at home again. And because I've got a season ticket, I'm going to be there. So you're going to have Toby and Joe, hopefully new channel Necrons versus Joe and Votan or Jotan with Tom on the deck, so you can enjoy that one tomorrow night, and you can gift memberships and tell them who it's for, Toby or Joe, and pick a favourite. Right, that'd be amazing. Wednesday we're back with the Warhammer show at 13:30. Not 13:30, I lied to you, 7:30, and there's a couple more detachments to go over. Thursday is another Liam and Toby show. Joe's off on Thursday, and then it's Joe and Tom. No, Paddy and Tom in the evening with me on the deck. And then, finally, Friday, there's After Dark, right? Will there be channel merch for sale on Hobby House? No. No. Separate businesses, sir. Separate businesses. If we offer channel merch for Hobby House, we're going to have to offer merch for every other single influencer that we have affiliated with us. And I don't think half of them are going to want us to do that for them. And we can't do that at this stage anyway because we haven't got the capital for it. Adrian, I haven't restocked my dice in forever because I just don't have the money to restock the dice. So, you know, it is what it is. Adrian, thank you for the 1 gifted membership. You're a legend. Up to 102. And I'm now going to say goodbye. You're amazing human beings. Lucy's been able to have a nice evening off as well. So thank you so much for supporting us even without her being here. You're incredible. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed the stream. If you have, smash that like button before you disappear. And I have to say it, don't I? I was about to say, what do you want to say? And she's not there. I have to say that you are, in fact, of course, without doubt, unequivocally, best chat. Absolute best chat out there. I love you all. You're incredible human beings. Thank you for hanging out tonight. Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow for the Liam and Joe show or that live game of 40k. If we don't, we'll see you in the next one.